Oh, wow.
Talk to us a bit about that fight.
Oh, that's a sensitive fight. That's a sensitive subject to me because a couple reasons why I had some guilt in that fight. Um, so I'm ready now. I've been training wrestling, grappling, and so as I think, right, and so I'm ready to fight, and so as I thought, right. I got somebody to teach me Brazilian jiu-jitsu so I can somewhat go to a half guard, whatnot. Okay, and the rules were supposed to be no rules, right? No headbutts. So long as we get to the fight, everybody. I mean, it's a Wild West show. I mean, everything's crazy. Nothing is organized per se. Brian Gumbo, I did an interview with Brian Gumbo. That was a great interview. We talked about the essence of martial arts. That was kind of cool. I don't know if that's available. So that was great. But one of the things that happened is that I was really angry because I hadn't been involved in the earlier shows.
Yeah.
So me and Cal Worsham get into it. We'd start verbal talking. I told Cal Worsham I was going to kill him. I told Cal, I said, Cal, I'm going to kill you cemetery dead. And I meant it.
Yeah.
Okay. And the name, I switched my name from being Nasty Zane Frazier, that I was in a team all by myself called Murder Incorporated, right?
Wow.
After Frank Costello, those guys. So now I'm going back and forth to train wrestling with the guys in Arizona. And I'm different mentality, different mindset. I'm coming in to do this thing, right? So we get there, we get to the venue, and a captain for the Detroit Police Department comes in, full dress blues. Zane Frazier, yes, sir. Literally hands me a paper. We have a warrant for your arrest. What do you mean warrant for arrest? You're participating in an illegal street fight. And I was going, well, wait a minute. And my team was like, what the heck is going on? I mean, so we said, arrest. And so he goes, and then he said, now you can participate in the fight. You can't throw a strike with a closed fist. You can't throw any elbows. You can't do anything like that, right? So I said, okay, we can beat this guy, take him down and whatever, right? So I'm mad, I'm super angry. I said, are you going to tell my opponent the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
They go, yes. By the time we get out to the cage, Cal was already in the ring.
Wow.
He didn't have the same rules.
Wow.
So we told the guy, wait a minute, the guy right here, our opponent doesn't have the same rules. He said, I don't care what and this guy was a big, tall, black dude, man. He was like, he looked like this actor, I can't think of his name, that was in, I forget this guy's name, but it was a tall guy. He was he was like mean, he was mad at me. He was like, if you throw one close fit punch, your ass is going to jail. And we're sitting there, and he said he had guys by our where we were, by the ring, by where our team was. And he goes, this guy ain't kidding. So I'm sitting there going into the ring, and I'm walking in there thinking, how the heck am I going to do this, right? So the fight goes on. I kind of not really into it. And second, I overtrained for that fight. I ran 5 miles on Monday, and it was raining in Detroit because I wanted to be so prepared for that fight, not thinking that I'll be overtrained by the time the fight comes, right? So I'm training every day. I'm training hard. I'm getting there, and I'm just tired. I'm just this, whatever. But I said, I'm going to beat this guy. I don't care if I'm trying to beat Cal Worsham. I'm going to kill this dude. So I kind of moved on him, and I threw a knee, and I felt something crack. I felt it on my knee, something crack.
Yeah.
And then he wind up taking me down to the ground. And Cal, they told me I had to come in and weigh in 205. I had to drop 30 pounds for that fight. Cal came in weighing about 275.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I'm you look at my body, you look at my body, it's all soft and whatnot. I'm cracking up, right? So anyway, he gets me in, put him in half guard, and all of a sudden I can't move this guy. Cal is strong. I mean, he's strong. This guy is strong, couldn't get him off me. And all of a sudden I'm realizing for the first time this jiu-jitsu stuff don't work. And when it comes to big guys, I'm just thinking it don't work. It can't work. So anyway, or I don't know enough of it. That's probably what it was, more or less than anything else. So Cal starts headbutting me. And I'm looking up John McCarthy. John, there are no headbutts. John, stand us up. I'm telling John to stand us up. Stand us up. John doesn't stand us up. I'm yelling, John said, Zane fight. I said, John, there ain't no headbutts. And this and that. So Cal was just beat. He was just headbutt me. And I just, you know what? I tapped out and said, And I was just pissed off. I said, I'm done. I ain't gonna sit here and take a whole bunch of punishment over a fixed fight. And I said, this is ridiculous. So I got into Bob Marwowitz's face, and I told him, I said, Bob, you guys did this, you did. Zane, don't worry about it. We'll get you back to another show. I said, Bob, you guys have been doing this, you're doing that, da 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 da. I was angry with him. So we go to the after party. So everybody comes up to me and says, hey man, your guy's not gonna make it. And I says, well, I don't know why he's not gonna make it to the after party. I'm the one who lost. I'm thinking right then. They go, no. They go, Cal is not gonna make it. What do you mean? I said, what do you mean he's not gonna make it? He goes, he's in the hospital, man. They say he's dying. I go, what? And they go, he says, he's dying. And I go, yeah, I'm making this up. And then so Bob Marwitz and those guys come up to me and say, hey, Zane, in the event that Cal doesn't make it, we cannot have you go on TV telling people you're going to kill him, that you tried to kill him. I says, well, what are you guys talking about? He goes, well, in the press conference, you said you're going to kill him, cemetery dead.
Wow.
Guess what? And I said, oh, so we don't know. He's on. So what happened is when I finally got a chance to, I got to LA, he was in the hospital in Michigan for about a month, maybe a little bit more than that. And he had 4 broken ribs, a punctured lung, and a bone had broken off and punctured his heart, and his heart was hemorrhaging.
Holy shit.
And they didn't know how to stop the bleeding from his heart internally. And then so when I finally got to, I'd call the hospital every day because White Cal had 4 young kids at the time. I want to say he was a correctional officer and his wife. Everybody, we were all worried. We are all praying for him to pull through. And I called the hospital room every day. Every day I called every day. I mean, I called every day. Oh, he's not awake. It's just that. One day I finally just called and he wake. Hey man, Cal, yeah, Zane, how you doing, man? And we prayed on the phone and we're glad that he was okay. And so that was kind of that was always kind of a tough fight because one, it was a turning point, I believe, in the UFC because Don Fry's fight with Armin Patesh is very brutal, which led me to go realize that wrestling and submission and catch wrestling was superior to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when it came to Vale Tudo fighting. Mark Schultz had told me that because Mark Schultz put on a clinic that night with Gary Goodridge. He was training Pedro Sauer, and they both told me you need to go to Arizona and train wrestling. So that was kind of a turning point for me as a fighter to finally realize here's what works because a lot of my fights, there was no sparring. Guys, I crack up, guys get a chance to enjoy a sparring camp. What is that like, guys? We would get a fight and you show up and fight. There's no sparring. You can go boxing, maybe do a little bit of kickboxing, but to do Vale Tudo or MMA sparring, nobody was doing it.
Yeah.
The only person who was close to doing it was probably Eric Paulson and the shoot wrestling guys, but they were still doing what they weren't doing like Vale Tudo style for heavyweights anyway.